Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to do some more of these EOM sites in a different ship. In fact, I bought a new ship that I've never shown you guys before. But before we get into that, I want to announce the winners of the previous skin giveaway. It is for the Procurer Scope Syndication skin. So these are the three winners: Alsara, Lubin Savage, and Merlin Pat 10. You guys are all going to get contracted to you a Procurer Scope Syndication skin in due time. You can see this one right here. It's a very cool skin for your Procurer to mine in style. And for you guys who didn't win, don't worry, we're going to have another giveaway, in fact, in this very video. So if you want to participate in it, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below that says that you want to be in the giveaway, and make sure you put your in-game name, because we're going to give away 3 more of these in this video right here. Alright, so let's get into this site running. So have I been running a lot of these sites recently? No, I have not actually. I've really not been bothered to be able to do these sites. It really has not been my whole cup of tea with these new sites. But we're going to do a new ship. And the reason I've not really been bothered with using or doing these sites particularly a lot recently is just that these event sites, the few I have run, so I've not run a whole lot, but the few I have run, they haven't been given the best amount of loot, and I just would rather use my time on doing something else, because I've not really had a whole lot of time recently, so I prefer not to use the little time I have to play EVE to be a little bit of an RNG fest. But here is the ship we're going to use now, the Vindicator. No, not the Vindicator, the Kronos. I bought a Kronos. The Kronos is a Marauder for the Galenta, and it is very decent because it can have insane DPS when it has the Bastion mode on. The Bastion mode with the blasters, with the Void, over 3k DPS, and I've not even got implants in that provide bonuses to my my blasters, and I'm only using 3 magnetic field stabilizers. My paladin uses 4 heat sinks, so there's more DPS to be had on the table there. But I feel like, I mean, it's not really necessary for these sites. You just destroy the stuff anyway so quickly there. So let's get into it. Let's go into it. The thing is that with these sites, these EOM sites, you have to spend a bit of time looking for them. Loot has not been so good, so I just felt like I could just do other things in my time, like doing some abyss testing, some missions, you know, that kind of stuff. A funny thing that happened also that sort of made me be put off from these sites is that I tried out my Kronos a few days ago, and I did one of these sites, and what happened was that I was just so certain, okay, I'm going to beat these guys, because there were a few other people there, and I just went like straight in. I didn't care. I just went straight in. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the loot, right? Well, let's just see if we can get a good route going on right here. Any cool, some kind of route we can find. If we find some good system, maybe here, maybe just set destination here. Yeah, that looks good. Just make sure we don't go past any gang cave-ins, since we are in a pretty expensive ship. Now, I actually know a good system. Foron is a good place. No, always a 0.5 system. This is an area I used to do a lot of these Triglavian minor victory systems a long time ago. But there are certain systems around here that I wanted to go to. Where is it? Is this one? Maybe. Let's see. You can go maybe here. No, not Losec. The thing is, with finding these routes, you need to find the good routes. And if we go here, like we go to Metropolis, maybe that's a possibility actually. Yeah, we go for Idama. No, we do not want to go for Udama. Yeah, we do not want to go through Udama. Manage route and avoid. Do not avoid Udama. So let's see if we can find, maybe Essence would be a possibility. I want to just go somewhere that I don't have to go through Udama. Lone Trek, I think that's possible. Nah, I don't want to go through Losec. There's a lot of Losec systems I'm realizing here. But what happened was that I was doing one of these sites, and I was just so certain that I was going to win, because, you know, I'm in the Kronos, so good DPS. And I was about to take that wreck, that loot. And then I started shooting, and the thing popped very quickly indeed. Because I mean, it was just a crappy little, like, you know, bunker that's hardly got any HP at all. But the thing is, I somehow didn't win, and I don't understand how I didn't win, because I mean, yeah, I had so much DPS, and the competition. You know what the competition was? The one who won the competition. Guess what? it was a bog standard alpha clone in a Praxis. It'd be a Kronos somehow. And I don't understand. I was so ashamed that I was just like, no, I'm not going to run any more of these sites. So we're going to have to redeem myself right here. We've got even some sites here in Jita. The reason I don't want to run them here is because Jita is so populated. I worry about ganks. People like to gank Marauders. I'm not going to do these sites in Jita. We could have done them in the Rattlesnake, but I don't want to do these here. Or we could, if we wanted to, just be a bit risky, you know, and go for them anyway. But I'd really prefer not to do it here in Jita. But the thing is, this bunker that has the loot in these sites, they have... I looked on this EVE reference list. You can go on Google stuff like in EVE, like objects, how much HP they have, what are the stats, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's a good way to just find out just general information about these different kind of objects. And I found the information about the EOM Capital Shipyard bunker. So I found it, and then I was looking how much EHP it had, and it had 21k HP. It had, I think it was all 22k. I think it had like 1k in the shields, 10k in the armor, and 10k in the structure. Okay, so it's got a bit of HP, right? But I was looking at the logs when I lost, you know, that competition to that Praxis, and I looked at how much damage I did, and I did 18,000 damage. I did 18,000 damage. 18,000 damage. Can you believe that? 18,000 damage. I did 18,000 damage. That's basically all the HP. So 70-80% of the HP right there. So I should have been able to. I should have won that by any means. There was no doubt about it. I should have definitely won that competition right there. So this is making... Okay, we can go around this side right here. This is making me suspect, in fact, that it is not a... Oh wait, one second. I know this guy right here is a ganker. This guy right here is a ganker, so we want to be careful here. I know because he's got a bit of a funny name right there. Okay, maybe we do not want to run in here because you see that -10 on this guy. He is not someone we want to probably encounter. But what I was saying is that when it comes to these new sites, I feel like it could be that they've got like a mechanic which makes it so that the person who gets the last hit is the one who gets the right to the loot. Because I did not understand how that guy managed to get the loot. That's like, I did 18k damage, 21k EHP on that thing. It doesn't make any sense to me that I managed to lose that. So I think it maybe could be that they're doing something unique this time, because that would be quite interesting. Because it's always been that the person who has the right to the wreck of anything is the one who does the most damage. But if they were to make it like a little bit unique in that the person who does the last hit gets the right to the wreck, that could be a possibility right there. Because I think that could be the only way to explain how this person was able to get the loot and I wasn't. Because I'm certain that I lost the loot because I saw that let's just see if there's any interesting people here. No, okay, and there's no EOM things here. Oh, someone got ganked here, I think. Yeah, I think someone got ganked here. But it would be the only way to explain how a Praxis was able to beat me, because the box, you know, the loot can was yellow. It was yellow. It's not like I was just mixing it up, being, or maybe I thought that I lost it, but I didn't actually. No, I saw that it was yellow, and I saw that it belonged to the guy who was piloting a Praxis. So it was really, I was shocked. I was just like, I spend 2 bill on a ship, and then I lose it to a Praxis that, in fact, being given out for free right now. You can see here, if I've claimed this, you get a Praxis for free if you're an Omega clone. So I essentially lost with a 2 bill plus ship. Not 2 bill, maybe 2 bill. How is it expensive? It must be 2 bill, because the hulls are just so expensive. The Marauders is ridiculous. But 2 bill ship lost against a free ship, essentially a free Praxis. He was just, it's like, what the heck was that, man? What the heck was that? And the Praxis doesn't even require any skills, really. Basically, no skills. Anyone on day 1 could essentially fly a Praxis. Okay. Anything here? No. Okay, let's go to Sasio. Sasio, a very sassy system that likes to sass on people with the RNG of finding your EOM capital shipyards. I think it's, it's just, they got these capital shipyards here in HiSec. Like, why are you guys cheating? You're not allowed to fly capital ships in HiSec. But the EOM, the NPCs in general, they like to cheat. Like, you can occasionally find the NPCs, they are flying the the capital ships in high sec. I just wish I could fly a Revelation in high sec. I'd love to just pull up on these Gurista's dens and just blast them up. It would be pretty funny. Or maybe even an L formation. I don't know even if capital ships can run L formations. I wonder if they can. Maybe they can. I think they can actually. But it would be fun to do that then. The capital ships L formations. That would be an interesting thing. But I can imagine getting ganked. And getting ganked would be pretty hard. Then again, I don't know. The thing is, with capital ships, they have a lot of EHP, so it would be pretty hard to gank them. Maybe. Or maybe people will gank people in capital ships. Nah, that probably wouldn't be worth it in terms of the price. They're pretty expensive. Like, that would be Earth's equivalent of saying, I'm going to gank someone in a Marauder. Maybe really expensive millionaires who want to get back on their... or not millionaires. Millionaires is like peasants in here. Trillionaires that want to get back on their rivals just for fun. And they gank people in Marauders. Maybe that's the case. Also, I forgot to say, we are rocking the skin. We're rocking the good skin. It's important on ships you like to have the good skin. And I'm using the Serpentis skin. This is my favorite skin for Galantis ships in general. And I just think it looks amazing because it looks like basically, my ship looks like a big brother of a Vindicator, essentially. Because, same color scheme as the Vindicator. But it's a bit more buff, the way the Kronos is a bit buffier, a bit bulkier, compared to the Vindicator. I think that's pretty cool how the way it's like. It's very reinforced, like near the bridge, and it's gonna feel all general a bit more bulkier. And then obviously it is bulkier just based on its stats as well, because of how it's got very good tank, very good DPS. It's a pretty okay. We can go to Hood Token right there. It is a very powerful ship, and I like the way that having the good skins or the good ships looks good. However, I was disappointed that it wasn't performing that well when losing against the Praxis. That was something that I was a bit pissed off about. But that's the way things work. And maybe if we find enough of these capital shipyards, we could maybe even try doing that. That if there's someone else there, then we start shooting at the very end, like when there's just a bit of structure left. So then basically there's guaranteed that the guy, assuming that the way you get right to the wreck is that you do the most damage, that if I just start shooting in structure, then already the other guy has done more damage than I could possibly do. Like they've already secured the majority of the damage. Then maybe we could just try shooting really fast to see if we could, do the last hit. And if that's the case, then maybe we could see if it actually is the case that the last hit theory that I've got is what counts for these new event sites. The loot, as I said before, has not been the best in my experience, but I have seen some people, or have heard some people get good at the loot. Like a guy called Cubic MC. He is in Brave Empire 2. He has got a 23rd Overseer personal effects, apparently from one of these loot sites, these are new sites. 23rd Overseer personal effects is a module or a thing that you can sell at DED sites or Concord stations for 134 million. So a lot of ISK right there. So hopefully we will get one of them too. Very unlikely, but I really hope we do, because it will be... Oh, look there. Another site just spawned here as well. That's pretty cool. Let's look on the D scanner. See if there's okay, we've got Nightmare and Aguila. So we could easily outcompete these guys. So we'll try seeing that. Okay, the first site, if there's not already, they're not already rushed it, we can see if there are people here. So Gila and Nightmare, okay. Right, they've gone. Okay, maybe they've gone because... maybe it's because they just finished it or something. Because they're not here anymore. I wonder where they are. Okay, no, they are still here. They just I wasn't on the short scan, there. Okay, but it would be interesting if they are here, because maybe we could test out a theory I had, just attacking in the very end. Just the very end we start attacking. Okay, so there's good here as well. There's not a whole lot of people too. So we'll make our way towards this acceleration gate. MWD over there. Activate some of our modules, and we'll start shooting. We're getting webified, very slow, making my already slow Marauder going super slow, like a whale. Okay, this guy's gonna die very fast. Look at that. Boop, dead. And we'll start shooting this guy. Webified tower. I should have started shooting him first, to be honest. Because you have our grappler ready. Well, I will bastion up near the gate, because I don't want to stay over here. Because if I bastion up here, then I killed everything, then I'll have to spend a bit of time moving there. But if I don't, like if I start already moving, then I'll just be able to go straight away to the next site. Now, I'm not doing any tracking whatsoever right here, so we're probably going to have to switch over to the tracking speed script. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case. Okay, we got a bit of a hit there. Tiny grazing shot. Let's go for the tracking speed. There we go. We'll move a little bit towards the gate and we'll bastion up here. Ooh. Ooh. We got a bit more hits right there, but really pathetic anyway. Oh, I'm not the only one in this system right here. That's interesting. Not a common thing I find. Let's bastion up here. And we'll take our drones. Probably, we'll take the drones on the small stuff, to be honest. It feels a bit silly right here, just trying to attack these destroyers, not doing anything. You see that cruiser right there, it just got popped. Popped like nothing. Oof, look at that. There's a 3k damage right there. We can go to Infiltrate. Actually, Infiltrate is probably not a good idea, because I think they've got the lowest resistance in kinetic. You know, armor, yes, it's kinetic is what we want to do right here. So that's good for us, because we do a lot of kinetic with the blasters. That is very good for us. Let's get our Vespas on the case. And attack these guys. Okay, now he is webified. Come on, boom. Okay, he took a bit of damage right there, because these guys are close to us. It'll make our Grappler very effective, because the Grapplers, they are a lot more effective when you're closer to the enemy. Just the way they work. Just the way they work. Keep an eye on D-scan, because I don't want to see enemies nearby. So this was quite fortunate right here. I mean, we found 2 of these event sites with not much work at all needed, really. Okay, Cormorant over there. Let's start locking up these fools. Come on, let me lock them up. It must be within 146 kilometers. Oh, they're like warping out to safe and then they warp back to me at 0, basically. Is how you could say it. There it works. Yeah, I'm a bit worried here because I'm the only one in this system right here. So basically, I'm the only target if someone wants to go for me. Okay, let's go for these guys right here. Take the Vespas out. Have the Vespas go for the little frigates. There we go. Start shooting this guy. Maybe, nah, transversal is too high. Maybe on this guy. We'll go for the destroyers instead. Have the drones go on the frigates. That'll be good. Yeah, that's great. I would absolutely annihilating the destroyers now because we've got the tracking speed script, plus we've got the better range with the Bastion mode because we didn't have so good range without Bastion mode. Let's see now, how much range do we have without Bastion? If we turn off Bastion, yeah, 19k. Oh, it's not a big difference to be honest with Bastion. 23 to... Oh, but the optimal changes quite a bit. Have the frigates go here. Use the Grappler on this guy. Grappler is very effective, right? It's very effective at taking out these scrubby little small stuff, you know? Small stuff that likes to get under your guns. Come on, shoot him. Shoot him, please. There we go. I'm looking at his transversal. It's not particularly high. And I'm used to, because in the Abyss, I've been having this transversal tab up just to check stuff. And if Charybdis Tyrannus has got a... you've got like a transversal on Charybdis, like below 500, he tends to hit you pretty hard. So that guy was being very cheeky and not really avoiding a lot of hits, even though we had pretty low transversal on him. But Charybdis Tyrannus is known for being a pretty cheaty in terms of the tracking. Very good tracking Charybdis has got. Okay, let's go in here. We'll move towards the bunker. The fortified EOM rogue capital shipyard. Let's go here. Okay, we're going Orca. Ooh, minus. Okay, I'll start shooting on this Stasis webifier, please. And we probably want to have the optimal range on because this guy's probably far away right here. Oh, I've got the warp disruptor. Ugh. Okay, whatever. We still hit. There we go. Shoot this guy. And we'll make our way towards the rogue capital shipyard. The people joining system. You have to keep an eye. Just keep an eye on potential gankers. There we go. Move quicker, please. Move quicker, please, Kronos. I know it's hard when you're webified, but please move quicker. We'll deploy the drones to take out this stupid Holy Binder. He's called Holy Binder, this figure right here. He's binding me in place with his webifier. Okay, there we go. Take out this guy. We've got a Nightmare right here. So maybe the Nightmare will come and try to compete. Maybe the Nightmare will try to compete. We'll easily beat a Nightmare, though. Oh, we're taking damage now. Drone aggro taking a bit of hits right there. Okay, now we Bastion up right here. Return the drones because they're taking a bit of damage. There we go. Popped. Pop, 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 pop. There we go. Popped. With the optimal range, you sort of indirectly like increase the likelihood of you hitting, because the further they are away, the more likely it is for the viewer to completely miss. So we're sort of indirectly improving our tracking, not tracking, but just likelihood to hit. This is when we've got the Bastion mode on, because of the better optimal range. Good. Nightmare. I wonder where he is. Let's see now. If we go, we can sort of get an idea. If he's below 55 kilometers, okay. And then there we go. Look, we're going to try to find the range of the other rogue facility. Let's see now. Here, he's not here. But then if we go here, 618. There he is. Look, there. These guys, they're the other one. I think that's what's going on right here. It could maybe be that those guys, they were here initially. No, but I was thinking maybe that they were here initially, then they warped out because they saw Kronos warping in, because the Kronos is going to be very hard to compete. But no one had been, no NPC had already been destroyed, you know, in the, you know, the site. When we jumped in, it was like a fresh site, so I don't think they were already there. Zealous Sword. Oh, he's getting popped. Poppage. Maybe even use an auto-targeting system a little bit just to get stuff going on a little bit quicker, you know. Auto-targeters are always nice to have. Oh, I have to reload a bit. Anyway, you can get grapplers going, so he's already really slow. This coercer right here. You can see how much damage we have with the Null, because the Null ammo gives us a pretty decent range. You can see here, if we go for Null, we have 1.9k, so I mean it's not a whole lot of DPS, but 65 full off. That's pretty decent optimal right there. Or not for optimal fall off. You can hit stuff very far, hit anything here really. And in L formations, that's what seems to be a very preferred ammo type. Since stuff is not, or very rarely within blaster range in L formations. We could try grabbing a couple of these wrecks, see if there's anything interesting in them, since we've got 2 grapplers right here. See if there's anything interesting in them, but I don't think there's anything interesting in them. There's just, it seems to be the nature of these sites. The only really interesting stuff is what you find in the boss, really. That's just the way it works. But the boss, something and in this case, there's not even anything good in the boss, because the boss has just a big bounty. That's the only thing with the boss. The good stuff is actually in this fortified shipyard right here. So the only reason to really kill this guy is to unlock this and get, you know, a good bounty. Okay, so just meta modules. So maybe you could get some decent meta modules if you're lucky, you know, like an Alpha mission kind of style. You can maybe grab this in case there's a decent meta module. Okay, we'll destroy this vulnerable shipyard right here. Gonna die very quickly. Look at that. We just, like, this guy has no resistance, I think. No, okay, yeah, because it had 21k HP on the tracker, and so we're basically doing like almost what was a 6k volley. I think we've got 6k volley. Yeah, 6k volley. So I think that it's basically got 0 resistances. So that thing goes down very quickly. Anything interesting here? Nothing in here. What about here? We've got some 8th tier overseer personal effects and some decent boosters. Okay. Not the best blueprint, but, you know, something. Well, I've got more blueprint in here. Must have been something I claimed from... oh, we want to speed up here. We want to go to the next site. Steal the site from them. Steal the site from that nightmare, because we're going to be faster than him probably. So, or maybe the nightmare will be faster than us in terms of completing, you know, the initial waves. Because the thing you have to remember is the nightmares, they have very good range. So they'll be able to hit stuff very far. So if he's a kitey fit, he'll probably be able to insta-pop all these kind of, you know, the small stuff, just the way I do with the paladin. You know, you are very far away with the pulse lasers. You can just like pop them because you have very low transversal when you're very far away. And that's the kind of style that Nightmare likes to fly as well. Very like, very sort of kitey style. You know, it's got very good bonuses to his energy turret ranges. And also on top of that, it's got tracking bonus too. So that's a really good ship you want to use for taking out small stuff. Here I'm using just a Tech 2 large armor repair. I really don't need a bling one. And the thing that's quite annoying too is that the large armor repairs, they've gone up a lot in price, like the Dead Space ones. The Core X type, or no, it's the Core X type large armor repair that I used to use on my Apocalypse. Apocalypse and Paladin. I still use it on my Paladin, but I had it also on my Apocalypse too. Like just a standard Apocalypse. And that oh, he's not even done this stuff. That's really great. The Apocalypse I had a 700 mil mod at the time. At the time I bought this, of when I had it on my Apocalypse, like just talking a standard Tech 1 battleship right here. That module cost only 100 million ISK. This was like a year or so ago, or a couple of years ago. But the prices of these just went through the roof. Through the roof with the Marauder changes. Like, look here, just a few months ago, it was 300 million. And if we go even further, like, look at that, 130 million right there. This was, I think, around the time I bought it, to be honest. But it's just crazy, like the prices, the Marauders, because, like, you know, Marauders became more viable. People want to bling their Dead Space modules more, and I think that's why these became a lot more popular. But it's it's annoying. It's really annoying. Like, wanting to have a Dead Space module is so pricey, especially the core one. I think the Centum ones are even better. Like these guys, these NPCs are too far away. A large armor repair. The Centus one. 600 million. Okay, it's not that bad. Corpus, Gist. No, okay, they're all about the same price now. But I just remember the core one was very cheap. 100 million something, because I think it's equivalent of the Gist type of shield boosters. Like, it's got a very little fitting requirements, very little capacitor requirements, but it's also got very big, like, or it's got like a quite low boost rate compared to, or armor repair rate compared to the other types of modules out there. So this guy is very far away, and look, this is exactly what I was talking about. Do you see this right here? The Nightmare, he's trying to snipe. You know, he's very far away, just sniping. Or maybe he's not trying to sniping, he's just sit here at the warping point right here. Okay, let's stop here. We don't even need to Bastion, to be honest. We just need to destroy this. Actually, we will Bastion, maybe, just so that we can take out this stuff quicker. But it's a bit annoying how these NPCs, they're really far away. So we maybe could just grab a bit of Null and pop these guys. They're still too far away for Null, actually. It's annoying. We'll just Bastion up. There we go. Shoot 3k volley on this guy. Boop. You. Goodbye. Holy binder. Gone. Okay, now the acceleration gate is open, so we can start pre-aligning here. If you want to be very fast in the warp in, you know. So we'll let this guy. This is what we're gonna do right here. We're gonna let this guy do all the damage until the half structure, something like that. You know, half structure. Then we're gonna go all in with the overheated void, and we're gonna just see if we can beat it like that. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens, or if we're able to win like that, because I'm just still baffled by how Praxis, like the worst kind of battleship, like, I don't mean worst, but what I mean is like the cheapest battleship, you could say, was able to beat one of the basically the most expensive battleship. I think the Golem is the most expensive battleship, but like the most expensive class of battleship. That was like, it was such a good big like contrast. Like, it was ironic, like comedy level, and how what happened right there. Like, what was that? I'll still remember it for a long time, how Kronos was outcompeted by a Praxis, and I think the guy has an alpha clone as well. He looked like an alpha clone. Like, you can sort of tell sometimes by people that they look like an alpha clone. Like, often they don't have a fancy clothing, and often they just have they've been made like recently. Like, you can tell sometimes people, you can sort of judge it a little bit. But then again, I had fancy clothing when I was alpha clone, so it's not always the case. But I got alpha clone vibes from the guy, because he was a pretty new player, and it looked like pretty default skin, like, in his character and everything like that. Okay, let's move towards this cache right here, or this bunker. I'm used to saying cache because it's like has he warped away? No, he's not warped away. Oh, an Imicus. We want to be careful right here, because an Imicus could be for a ganker, like looking for gankers. Okay, let's Bastion up here maybe. Let's pop this guy. Keep an eye on that Imicus, to be honest. We'll say that this, okay? If we see the Imicus on short scan, then we're going to get out of here, because there's no reason an Imicus would want to come into these sites other than he would want to call in his gank friends. Okay, we'll want to probably take out the drones now. And maybe even... Okay, we'll have the drones go for... or the blasters go for the cruiser right here. Go and shoot this guy. We'll have the drones take out this little executioner. You have to be vigilant when it comes to using a Marauder. You have to be vigilant. You don't want to just completely fall asleep, because people like the gank Marauders. It's a common thing that happens. You know, people like to get killed by, or like to kill Marauders. That guy was getting some insane remote reps from that Guardian over there. It was crazy what was happening. Yeah, it popped right there. Good, good, good. Is the Nightmare gone? The Nightmare is probably still moving. So we'll keep this. We'll save this for the Nightmare until he comes here. We'll save it until he comes here. It'll be interesting to see what happens right now. I've got some destroyers now. Destroyers are nice because they just go down so quickly because of they're pretty fat and they're not pretty fast either. So they go down very quickly. The drones, I just hope they don't get annihilated. Oh, this guy even took armor damage. I didn't notice that. Without me even noticing. Holy Purger. A Purger. EOM Holy Purger. It's just strange how they got these icons that look like typical Amarian ships. But they've... Oh, my Vespa's taking armor damage. We do not want that to happen. But they've... if you look at the actual ships, right, like this black dagger over here, you can see he's got an EOM skin going on. Okay, let's shoot this guy right here. We can even shoot this guy here. The Nightmare's still there. He seems to be vigilant on wanting to continue to do this site. I hope he comes soon, because he's taking quite a long time to move. I really want to see... I just hope he comes here, because I want to see if he can get a last hit and able to, you know, outcompete him somehow. Have the blasters, the Void Blasters, 3 attack. There we go. Boom. Coercer down. Another Coercer down soon. Lock up these guys right here. Pre-shoot the Void again. Void L. Void L. One of the highest DPS ammo that exists for subcaps. Take out this guy right here. A bit of a grappler as well to make it a bit faster too. I wish that the battleship had some decent loot. That would have been nice. Okay, so we've got the battleship right here. And you know what? We're going to save it for the Nightmare. We're going to save it for the Nightmare. What, is the Nightmare going to come? Or what is he doing? I think he was maybe really slow or something, but he's not able to. It takes a bit of time because you're 70 kilometers out. If he's got no prop mod, it's going to take him a long time to get here, but I mean, I would have hoped he had. Can wait here for a bit, just tank this, you know, this side for a bit. Oh, 12 mil tick right there, that's a decent tick. Nightmare, when are you coming? I've got Gila as well. And Gilas, I can run these sites. I've heard people say that you got Gilas to be able to run these sites. Nightmare, where are you? You can see the rewards I've got. This Griffin. Ooh. Got this skin right here. I want to get the Crucifier one because the Crucifier one I think looks the best in my opinion. I just think that these skins they go best on the Purifier, the Crucifier. I think it looks decent on Galenteb and Kaldari. You can see here, but I think it looks best on the Crucifier for some reason. Just the type of skin I think it looks best. We can even redeem to home station. That's one cool thing that they added not so long ago, that you can just redeem a item to home stations. If we go here on the event thing, you can see here Crucifier. Oof, I think this looks so good. Looks really good. Can you buy it? I don't know if you can buy it. But you could probably buy it. Capsuleer. X. Go on. Crucifier. No, we can't find it on the market. Oh, okay. Just the way it is, I guess. Okay, the Nightmare, I don't know what he's doing. He's not wanting to come in here. I'm going to give it just a little bit more time, but it's really weird how he's just AFKing there, really. You're gonna come in, man? You're gonna come in, bro? Should. Or is anyone gonna come in? It'll be interesting to just see if someone could try to outcompete us. Like, have someone come in here. Sort of just wait for someone to come in. There's a Tengu as well, so maybe a Tengu would be up to the challenge, you know. Tengus like to run these kind of sites from time to time. I see that a lot. I remember when I was an Alpha Clone once, and there was this Blood Raider event. It was a long time ago. And I was using a rattlesnake, and what happened was that there was a guy, he used a Tengu, and he was a very good skilled Tengu. And I was an Alpha Clone, and I didn't have good skills. So, I mean, even though I had a rattlesnake, the Tengu was able to do a lot of DPS too. And I, in fact, got outcompeted by the same guy a couple of times. Because the thing is, with the Tengu, his heavy assault missiles were able to do a lot of damage. I think equivalent damage was basically the same as my rattlesnake, maybe a tiny bit less. But there's a big thing with like time for damage to hit in EVE when it comes to outcompeting these guys, because you know it takes a bit of time for my drones to get on the enemy ship. It takes a bit of time for my slow missiles to get on the enemy ship, while the Tengu just does damage almost instantly with its crazily buffed heavy assault missiles. So yeah, even though I think I'm pretty sure he had a tiny bit less DPS than me, he was still able to outcompete me twice. So it was just funny right there how a cruiser was able to outcompete a battleship, and in fact one of the highest DPS battleships that you can have, or at the time at least, before the Marauder buff, that is. Okay, is the Nightmare still here? Nightmare is still here. Yeah, Nightmare's coming here. Good, so it actually paid off to wait here. So we'll let him get the battleship, because I feel like if he doesn't win the battleship, he's just gonna warp off and not even try for the fortified capital shipyard. So we're gonna let him go for the battleship here, right here. So we'll overheat. Is he going for it? I think he's going for it. Or no, maybe this guy is going for him. Yeah, no, he is going. You can see the damage being dealt out right there. Scan, scan, scan. Nothing interesting there. He's got the majority. I think he's got the majority of his armor or like HP in his shield. But thing is, I think that it's like EOM classically is supposed to have that the most of the HP is in their shield. But I feel like these guys have got more armor. They've not. ECSP has not bothered to like rework them to have more armor. They've just taken classical Armar ships and just recolored them because they've got more resistances, like good resists right here in the armor. Like look at this shield, less resistances all across the board. And also, it just generally speaking, it feels a bit slower. You can see, look, he's even armor paying. So it definitely is armor-based ships going on right here. Not typical for the EOM, guys. Not typical for the EOM, guys. We're going to deploy our drones right here so that we will be able to just do damage like whatever we want with, you know, the like with this bunker right here. We're just going to wait until structure, and then we're going to start blasting down with how much DPS? 3.3k DPS plus 100 from our drones right there. So it'll very, very likely that we get a last hit. If it is the case that we do win the competition by last hitting, then it could maybe make it viable for a different type of ship to do these heights. So maybe it won't be the typical, highest DPS battleship. It will maybe be the case of the, the highest alpha. Like you have a very high alpha, like tornadoes maybe would be very good. So we just wait here until he's good. This guy is in takes structure damage, and then we're going to start hitting. Because as soon as this guy takes structure damage, we can start shooting, and it basically means that the Nightmare has done the majority of the damage. So we will just wait until he starts shooting. Come on, start shooting, please. Start shooting, Nightmare. What is Nightmare doing? He's probably shocked that, why is the Kronos not doing anything? I'm trying to do an experiment right here. Okay, he's starting to shoot now. What is he trying to shoot? What is the Nightmare trying to shoot? He's missing something, it seems like. Come on, shoot. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Nightmare? Please shoot. Let's just say in chat. Yeah, just I can't be bothered to wait for this guy. This guy is so slow. Maybe this is the first time he's run at the site, because I was also really confused the first time I did the site as well. You gotta shoot the shipyard, man. You gotta shoot the vulnerable EOM capital shipyard. Let's just give him a bit of a tip right there. Come on, what are you doing, Nightmare? Stop AFKing, man. He's probably just like giving up. Like, Kronos, what is he gonna do? Kronos at 500 on this guy, or at 0 on this shipyard. There's no way he's gonna be able to win. But little does he know that I am letting him. I'm letting him at least do the majority of the damage, and maybe not last hit. Come on, shoot, Nightmare. Please shoot. Please shoot, Nightmare. What are you waiting for? It's interesting how this is like Shipyard. It doesn't look so big. Like pretty. I mean, it's the same size as my Kronos, maybe a tiny bit bigger. And it's a capital shipyard, so it's made for capital ships. It's sort of getting dwarfed, you know. Dwarfed by the. Oh, now we have to keep an eye now. Okay. When this thing goes in structure, we're going to start shooting. In structure, we're going to start shooting. Okay. Start shooting. A second now. Okay, shoot now. Drones, drones, drones. Okay, I think we did one-shot him, but he still got the right to the loot. So I think that I think this theory that I had, that, you know, the person just the last hit, it doesn't count, because I think that definitely was like a case of one-shotting. Or maybe since I did 7k damage, I mean the structure HP of this thing is like 10k. So it didn't look like it was enough, like it taken enough structure damage for it to be below 7k. So maybe just after I'd have to watch like a slow motion or something. But I feel like still that I feel like I did do the last hit, but maybe it could have been that I didn't do the last hit. Just if he had perfectly timed the hit, you know. I don't know. It's just probably not the case. It was just me being very salty, but it still doesn't explain the mystery of why that Praxis was able to outcompete me. It still doesn't explain it. Don't get it. I really don't get it. If you guys have any idea why a Praxis was able to outcompete me, please leave a possible explanation in the comment section below. Because as I said before, I got the majority of the damage, 18k damage I did on the Shipyard that has 21k HP. It died in like 2 seconds as well. But still, I'd lost the right to the wreck. Or maybe it was just, who knows? Maybe it was just a bug. Maybe it was just a bug, you know, maybe it was just a bug. Anyway, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. I did a bit of EOM sites. I got a little bit of loot, tried to test this theory I had with doing the last hit, but it didn't seem to work out. Or it didn't seem to at least be the case. But, you know, you learn more the more you test, or I like at least getting to understand stuff better by testing firsthand. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget about the skin giveaway. I'll catch you guys later.